Hello YouTubers, you are watching Just Do It Yourself channel, and today we're changing oil on 2016 Nissan Rogue. For that you will need filter. I will leave a link in the description to the video, so check those out. You will need oil. For the oil you can use either 0W20, what I strongly recommend for the winter time, or you can use 5W30, that will be fine for the summertime. You also want to use full synthetic oil. Which brand? Up to you. I won't make any recommendations. As long as it's synthetic and it's high quality oil, it's fine. So also both are Dexos 1 generation 3 standard, so no big difference over there. For the capacity you will need 4.6 liters. This one is 4.7, will be more than enough. This is just 4.4, so we'll need more if we decide to go with this one, though we are using this. For the drain plug you need 14 mil socket and torque wrench to torque it to 25 foot-pounds when we're done. And you will need some sort of the oil filter wrench. This is a small filter, so even like big channel lock pliers would work, or strap wrench, but most likely you will need something because it might be too tough to get it bare hand. So the engine is hot, the car is on ramps. So let's get underneath. So we're under the car. Here's the drain plug. So we use 14 mil ratchet. Get loose. The engine is hot, so you need to make sure that you wear gloves. We'll just hold the catch tray closer to the oil pan so we don't spill much. Get this loose and let it drain. Okay, while oil drains, we have moved the catch tray a bit. We'll just pull this cover aside and get to the oil filter. As I said, you will need a wrench, and it has nice drain spot over here. So if you're careful, you should not make a big mess. You wanna give it at least a few minutes. I would say at least 5 minutes for oil to drain. The more you drain, the better. And that's the benefit of doing it by yourself, because most of the shops, they won't let it fully drain. Then they overfill your oil, you are damaging your engine. So another thing you want to do, you want to grab a clean rag, a towel, and clean this surface where your filter goes. Many people miss this step, but you want to do this. Make sure that it's nice and shiny. As a new filter, I usually prefer to fill it up with oil and grease the O-ring around. Since this one goes in this way, we won't be able to fill it, but we will stick our finger into oil and make sure that we lubricate the seal around. So now we will go ahead and reinstall the filter, and as you can see, the oil still drips, so it takes time and it's still coming out. So we will just spin that filter on until it touches the surface, and then we will give it another half turn, make sure that it's snug. Considering that there is some oil residue, we will spray it with a brake clean to make sure that everything is clean, and if there is a leak for some reason, we can catch it. And don't just think that it's from the oil change. Okay, so this can be put back. So it still drips, so we'll go inside and reset the reminder. Okay, so we're inside the cab, and we will press this button, go to the menu, and we will go to maintenance, click enter, we'll go to oil and filter. So here you have actually an option to specify what's the distance you want to change oil next. My personal recommendation is, if you do just highway conditions, which are normal conditions considered, you can go up to 12,000 kilometers. If you're driving in town, if you're driving where the outside temperature is below 30 or plus 30 or above plus 30, which is considered extreme conditions, change your oil every 6,000 kilometers. Considering that this vehicle is going on a long distance trip and it will put 2,000 kilometers in the next couple of days, we will keep it at 7,500 kilometers, which should be good enough for next 6 months and the condition it will be driving in. So I'll just go down and click enter to reset it. If we want, we said yes. So we are at 7,500 kilometers range right now. So now we can go back. And we are all reset. So let's see if oil is still dripping or not. Alright, so there is not much coming out, just a few droplets, so we will install the plug back in. If you don't have a torque wrench, not a big deal. Get it tight and then just double check in a few kilometers for any leaks. So we are 25 foot-pounds. We are good. So we'll do the same as with the filter. Just use some brake clean to get rid of any old oil. Okay, it's fill time, so we will remove the fill plug. Put it over here and use the funnel to avoid any spills. And as I mentioned, we need 4.6 liters of oil, though I prefer to put a little bit less and then get it leveled, double check the level, because it's not good if you put too much oil. It gets foamy and the lubrication goes down and you damage your engine. So it's honestly better to have a little bit less oil than too much. So we will leave probably like a half liter of oil in the jar. Should be good enough. We'll pull the dipstick to make sure that we can see oil on the dipstick before we start the engine. So we have cleaned it, we'll put it back in. And we are roughly at 70% right now, though the filter is still empty and the vehicle is on ramps. So we will take the funnel away, we will close this, we will start the engine, get it on a level surface. Okay, so the vehicle is leveled now, we ran it, it's hot, got the dipstick out, we will just measure. And right now we are roughly at a half, so we will add a little bit more. We want it to be close to full, but not all the way to full, so I would like to keep it at probably somewhere 80%. So when the engine gets really hot, we are still under the maximum mark. And after you shut the engine down, you want to let vehicle sit for roughly 5 minutes so all the oil goes down. So we are still at around 60-70% full. So I will get this in. So far we have put 100 milliliter more than is recommended by the manual. Let's check it again. So you can see right now we roughly at 80% full, what I think is just perfect where we want to be. We'll put the dipstick back in. We'll take the funnel off and put the fill plug back in, and that will complete our video. Thanks for watching. Please check description to the video for any parts and tools that you would need. Like and subscribe, and as always, do it yourself.